Well, hello there, guys. How's it going? We're going to be playing a little bit of Combat Mission Beyond Overlord today. For those of you that don't know, this is the original iteration of the Combat Mission series. This is the very first of all Combat Mission games. So I'm actually going to go ahead and jump in here. I'm kind of excited. Found it on GOG. I didn't even know that, this game was still available. So let's go ahead into play game. And the cool thing here is we can pick from a number, and I mean a number of different scenarios. We could play as the Polish, we could play as the Free French, of course we could play as the Germans if we feel so inclined, but I think we want to go for something more interesting. Like, for instance, the Liberation of Paris. That's pretty cool, playing as the French. Or, of course, we can go ahead and play as the Polish. And here we would have to play as the Polish forces seeking to trap retreating Germans near Falaise. And that's what I'm going to do, guys. So let's get into it. Of course, we have operations we could play as well. So the Polish player is to keep the German units from exiting the east side of the map. Okay, German player is to exit as many units as possible and to kill as many Polish units as possible. So some of the fiercest fighters of the war were Polish troops. After the rape of their country by the Third Reich, they had absolutely no compassion or mercy for the Germans. Interesting, guys. So, of course, we're going to jump in here. We'll be playing as the Allies, and we'll see how the game goes. Your men are to move to the high ground called the Mace near Falaise and stop the German retreat. They will try to exit the battlefield. You must not permit that to happen. So we are given the task, of course, of trying to take out these Germans before they can even escape. And it's easier said than done, as you can imagine. This is going to be tough. I'm pretty sure they're going to have better equipment than us. We really just want to try and score as many casualties as possible. And typically, you don't have this kind of battle in combat missions, so kind of interesting there. You usually have a certain point you need to take, and that's about it. Alright, guys, let's get nice up close and personal here. We're just in the setup screen right now. And I'm looking, is it possible that's just an allied unit? Or maybe these are actually two separate companies, because we've got some tanks over here, and we also have some regular units over there. Now, we want to look at the area and try to find the specific... Okay, so enemy exit here. Yeah, pretty straightforward. Let's just go ahead and take a look at our troops. We can actually go ahead and start setting them up, but I don't think we want to do that. So this is going to be the enemy exit. Makes sense. I guess we just push up to Hill 262, and, hopefully do our best. So I'm going to go ahead and commence the game. At this point, of course, we can take our troops and start moving. Not sure if we control these troops as well. Oh, yes, we do. Nice. So both are Polish. And what we can do here in this combat mission, a little different from the others, is we can actually move, entire groups at once. I think you could probably do it in regular combat mission. It's just not something I usually do when I'm there. And we can do the same with these guys. We can move towards Strun. So let's grab these guys. All of them. And we could have, of course, exited the vehicles before doing this, but I don't think I want to do that. Hey, how's it going, gentleman spy? Good to see you, bud. All right, let's just make this a straight-up hunt. Yeah, I think that's a better idea. This way, if we see any contact, we'll, of course, commence firing. Let's go, guys. And then again, maybe we should be using all of our units and sending all of them over there to the hill. That's another thing to consider. For Poland. Off to battle you go, boys. Best of luck. Gentleman spy, I just saw the Ola. I didn't even notice you were speaking Spanish there. I think Portuguese would be without the H. Where's my friend here close? So these guys have stopped here. We definitely need to change this. We've actually spotted enemy tanks. Returning fire, they're all the way back there, guys. We want to move these guys as soon as possible. Let's do that. Actually, they might already be moving to that particular location. keep pushing up the hill. That's our goal there. And these guys that are advancing, I'll try to be as careful as possible. Hey, El Rose, one of your all-time favorites. No problem, man. You know, I actually didn't think there were any copies of this available. Thought you could only find it on, like, CD-ROM. But I was surprised to see that GOG has it right now, guys. You can pick it up for really cheap. It's like $2. It's absolutely worth $2. I can promise you that. Yeah, I'm going to be moving, or getting these guys, the infantry, essentially off of these tanks. But I still want to advance towards the enemy, don't get me wrong. And I think we've got a German tank right out here. It's actually a Stug, an assault gun. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this. Let's halt. And we really just want to hunt in that direction. There's actually a bunch of enemy vehicles you can see there. But I think these are just like supply trucks. Definitely going to go ahead and cancel those orders, though. And have them just hunt in the enemy direction. At least a few of these tanks. For a free Poland. Let's do it, boys. Here we go. I love it. I love it. We're getting shots. We're getting shots. Come on. Come on, boys. 2 misses, but hey, it's a start. We've absolutely spotted the enemy. There's no doubt about that, man. Bren carrier up to take on the infantry. Here we go. Well, look at all of these German vehicles, guys. This is just a perfect opportunity to ambush them before they can, of course, exit the map. That's what they're trying to do right now. They're trying to escape, and we don't want to allow that to happen under any circumstances. Just a ricochet off the front turret. And that's definitely a hit from the assault gun. But there we go, knocked out an enemy vehicle. We'll get closer very soon to see specifically what vehicles we did knock out. But right now I'm much more concerned about getting our guys up on the map. And oh my goodness, you know, we've taken a hell of a hit here. At least some of our vehicles have. Just moving to that location. No, wait a minute. I was totally wrong. These are... No, I'm not. These are Polish vehicles, definitely. So some of our vehicles were hit before they could get to the top of the hill. That's too bad. Let me go ahead and, ooh, nice. We got some reinforcements. Before we get those reinforcements, I'm just going to move the infantry off here. And I'm going to hunt with this guy in the direction of the enemy, too. At this point, I think we need to keep our eyes on these guys and not take them off. Look at that. What a beautiful, beautiful group of Allied soldiers. And I think we'll push them, hopefully on this side of the hill. Hopefully this side of the hill is a little less dangerous. In fact, we'll push into this area. The question mark is we don't really know what's there 100%. We'll soon find out. Just keep on firing. Come on, boys. Bren carrier went a little too far, perhaps. Yeah, could be the case. Keep it up, boys. Keep it up. I'm gonna hit one of these SDKFCs. Maybe we can just get enough enemy wrecks all over the place here. They won't even be able to escape. Another enemy unit knocked out. But we do have to get this infantry off. There's no reason to have these guys on the tanks now that we know exactly where the enemy is. We'd actually be better off trying to get these guys in buildings, things like that, to continue the fight, pretty much. What are we waiting for, boys? Make sure our other group is doing all right. And it looks like they're still taking quite a while to actually even move into that location. It's going to take a while. But in the meantime, we've got some Germans over here that are going to probably commence trying to escape. Panzer IVs as well. And actually, they've knocked out a few of our vehicles, so we're going to be careful on top of this hill. We were instructed to go here, but maybe before going here, we were supposed to knock out as many of these units as possible. And it looks like they popped out the Sherman 5 here. The enemy does still have some pretty amazing tanks on the field. Tremendous amount of different vehicles. Let's go. I'm not getting anyone off the tank for now because they could get shot just running across there, especially with all those enemy units and SDKFCs. I'm going to try to get a few more shots with just our guns. Our turrets specifically. Here we go, side upper hull penetration. I think that was on the Stug. Actually, maybe on a Panther. The Ricochet, we're not getting kills on these Panthers. Of course, they're very, very heavy tanks. There we go, knocked out. We actually got the Sturmgeschütz behind the Panther. Man, the Germans must be thinking we're absolutely insane right now. And with reason. I mean, this is an all-out assault. Our infantry are dismounting. I like the automatic dismount there. They need to, because look at all of those Germans approaching. So many German infantry units maybe trying to pretty much kill us before we can do anything. In fact, I'll make sure that this Bren gun is following up. And more reinforcements. Beautiful. Kind of trying to spread the forces out there. Our tanks have still taken quite a while. So you know what? I'm actually going to halt. We need these guys anyway. We know where the enemy is, right? So I'm pushing towards where the enemy is, which is going to be right there in town. So let's just go ahead and send them onto the open road. As for reinforcements, I'm not seeing any. Maybe we're just not spotting them. Let's get up here and see if we can see those reinforcements. No, I'm not crazy, unless the reinforcements are could just be the Bren carrier. Alright, boys. We just got to keep doing what we're doing at this point. Continuing to fire on the enemy. We've already got targets, so let's go for it. How you doing, Baron of Noobs? Likewise, my friend. Good to see you. We're really going to try to do a lot more Twitch streams, guys, this year. Last year I was just, you know, really quite busy with other things and didn't have the time. But I really want to get back to another basic schedule. And we're going to try to do a lot more strategy games on Twitch. There we go. We're already getting beautiful hits on the enemy. Should maybe specify that our tanks should fire on enemy tanks, though. We'll see how that goes. Look at that, guys. All those Germans getting hit. Again, remember, the whole point of this mission is to stop them from escaping. Thank you, Oskar. Good to see you, bud. Thank you so much for the bits, my friend. Oh, man. Yeah, I knew that was happening. Hopefully those tanks that are following up are going to be able to help here. We don't need to escape this battlefield. They do. That's the beautiful thing. We've got forces behind us. Our guys can get to a medical post pretty quickly. And our tank has sights on that Panther. Let's take a look at that. Those reinforcing tanks. They really are taking a while to get here. That's, I guess, just kind of the way the battle's going to be. You have to understand that, you know, old combat mission is even slower than new combat mission. And most of you know that new combat mission is pretty slow if you're playing it right. There's no exception here. Actually going to target enemy rifle squad here. Let's go, boys. Love those Bren carriers. Just love them. Such a simple vehicle, but so effective too. At least against infantry. And you can see they're reversing right now, continuing to fire at that advancing enemy infantry. We should just mow them down. Mortar right there. Definitely kept the mortar back, but I had no idea that was actually a mortarman unit until now. Ooh, they finally hit our Bren carrier, at least one of them. But at the cost of how many German units? I don't know. A lot of these guys, though, are just pinned. These guys are dead. These guys, for instance, are pinned. One cool thing here in combat mission is you can look right there. See that little, like, medical badge? That pretty much lets us know the amount of units that are wounded on the enemy side. A lot harder in this game to get kills than a lot of the other combat missions. We've got a lot of infantry here. I'm starting to think, should we break or fall back and maybe try and get here? I don't think we can. I don't think we have enough time to escape. So I'm just going to leave our boys out there. Hopefully the reinforcements will arrive in time. But I think our boys just need to fight it out for themselves. A lot of infantry advancing to their location. Let's hope they can hold out for a bit. And what I'm going to do, let me halt there. I'm going to go ahead and hunt. We know where the enemy is. Let's keep attacking. This guy, I'm going to do the same exact thing, except I'm actually going to hunt in that location. We know there's enemies there too. But I want these guys prepared. I don't want them just moving willy-nilly, fast-moving all over the place. I want them prepared to engage. This guy, he can pass me. Forward, men. Free Polish want their revenge. They may already have targets here. Oh, maybe not. Got that gunfire going on down towards the town there. You can already see, guys, the enemy units over here trying to get back here to escape. So the escape has begun. Again, our goal here is just to try and stop as many enemies from escaping as we can. We'll get a look over there in a minute to see how well we've done against the enemy tanks. We actually just got a front turret penetration kill on what I think is a Panther. Yeah, baby, it's a Panther. From that distance, just amazing. I'm keeping this movement up. I think this is working just fine, at least for now. Keep on going, boys. The name of this mission is A Rock in the Flood. Kind of makes sense. You know, when you imagine the amount of units that the Germans have, they've got a whole army. And they are, of course, trying to escape. We've just got a few Polish units willing to put up a fight to stop them from making that escape. Numerous hits that we're getting. They can barely leave just because we are cluttering this area with enemy wrecks. Nice, we're still getting some shots, but I don't want them shooting at the truck necessarily. Exchanging gunfire all the way across the map at this point. Keep on going. No reason to stop. Eyes on that Panther. Got a Panther on the road. Apparently the focus is on this truck right now. Another thing I think we can do is grab our infantry here and try and get into this part of the town. But again, they might kill us before we make that push, just because there's so many enemy vehicles here, weapon systems, etc. It's gonna be tough. Fire, boys. They just popped on one of our beautiful little Fireflies, unfortunately. Given to us by the British, of course. At this point, as you can imagine, these Polish units here have escaped Poland, after the German attack, and managed to retreat to Britain where they got extra training. And the Free Polish, that sort of late stage of the war, were actually known for being extremely brave and really good fighters. We don't have nearly as many men as the Germans do, but we know what we're doing, pretty much. Let's take a look here, boys. Thank you again, boys. You can see we still have some people that want to see the classics. Don't forget, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe to us here. And if you haven't subscribed to us on YouTube, hit that Civil War picture down below. There we go. Reinforcements, guys. That is beautiful. Let's go ahead and grab these guys. Once again, we're going to do exactly what we've been doing. We're going to lose tanks in the process, but I think it's essential for us to keep pushing in this direction. It seems the Germans are really trying to escape right on the main road. More power to them. This is what we're going to try to do, is get in these scattered trees. You can see our armored cars are reversing. I think pretty soon our men are going to have to surrender here. Let's see how long it takes. The Germans all over the place. Out there too. Not liking that at all. It's good to see the Bren carrier is still in battle. One of these guys is still in battle. Nice. We got a little explosion there, guys. Another kill on the enemy. Looks like enemy crew trying to escape here, and our infantry is doing an okay job at running over there to the town. They are really putting the pedal to the metal to make sure they don't get shot by the tremendous amount of enemy machine guns along the place. Oh, they just knocked out this tank. It's a Sherman 5. We're immobilized, but this is where we want to be, so that's one positive aspect. Nice. Get some shots on those armored vehicles over there. Keep it moving, boys. Keep it moving. Look at all those burning vehicles. Still need to destroy a bunch more, though, before we can call this victory. Had some artillery spotters right now. We dropped Artie right there. Couldn't even care less about the enemy vehicles when there's that many infantry units. It looks like some of our guys are still firing. A few of our infantry are still sort of able to return fire in this area, which is incredible because we're totally overrun here. Shooting. Keep Keep it up, boys. Someone knock out that damn Puma. Yeah, he's going for the Puma. Good work. So Sergeant Soboyeski knew what we were going for. They did knock out that immobilized Sherman, but we did hit the Puma as well. However, I'd rather kill that Panther. Oh my god. Devastating kill on Soboyeski. And actually, there's a plane going overhead. Actually, that could be ours. I just saw 2 explosions there. Potentially the Allied bombers, or it could have been an enemy Stuka that just nuked him. But I think it was actually probably enemy tanks that got the kill there. Ooh, our tanks are a bit too close together right now. Actually, no, that's an abandoned vehicle. We're good. What I am going to do is dismount our infantry. I don't want this lieutenant getting blown up in this vehicle. One thing about this combat mission that I think is different from a lot of the others, not all, but is the fact that like you actually have, you know, captains in game, lieutenants that, you know, are controlling your men. In the other games you have like an HQ or a headquarters division, but here you actually have individual soldiers, which is really neat. Yeah, they're not going to let us stop their escape if they can help it. Ooh. Let's see that round go right past us. Right, nice. Also, our infantry, as you can see over here, managed to get over there in that wooded area, so we could push into town if we want, but I actually like their positioning. They're up here on the hill. They can return fire to those Germans. Maybe we should just keep them here. Who knows if the Germans have defenses in the town that could easily, you know, kill some of our men. We don't want to have to deal with that. Come on, boys. This half track's getting that close. Better hope that one of these tanks spots that Panther. Let's see if we can actually spot him ourselves. I don't think so, though. I think we got to get closer. Yeah, we definitely have to get closer. Sight is blocked. Nonetheless, I'll put our targets on this guy. I actually want to cancel this movement, so, yeah, let's halt. Hey, Deckman! Good to see you, buddy. Yep, this is the original combat mission. This is the one that started it all, pretty much. You see, it's not nearly as pretty. Well, a lot of people don't think the combat mission games are pretty. But this one especially, it's, you gotta, you know, what's that saying about, like, an ugly child? It's a game that only a mother could love. In this case, it's animation that only strategy gamers could love. That's alright. I mean, I still love playing it. It's still got more scenarios than any of the combat missions out there. So I still really love this, and I'm so glad to have found it on GOG, guys, for $2. Go right now, any of you guys, and get it on GOG for $2. That Panther, come on now, get the Panther. And this Cromwell 7 even kill a Panther, and I hope so. Come on. He's missing, we can't have that, and yeah, he killed the Cromwell. It's going to be very hard to stop the enemy without tanks, and I just noticed they also have that Panzer right there that's quite close. Looks like our tanks have spotted that, so thank goodness. We'll have them go towards that particular tank. Just hunt in the direction there. Same with this guy right here. It's really cool how the Polish Corps here, we got not only American tanks, we also got British tanks. Pretty much all of the Allied powers want us to succeed here and help them, because they know we've got a hell of a fighting spirit after what the Germans did to us. Let's run. Most of these infantry units out. Oh, so is it not the one that started all, Dakman? At least that was the description on GOG. Yeah, we're not playing Black Sea. We're playing the original. It's just it doesn't appear on Steam as an option, or excuse me, on Twitch as an option. Now we have to focus on trying to get as many infantry kills as we can, because it's going to be very hard for us to knock out many more tanks. We've got SDKFCs coming this way. Got to do something about that. Wow, that's definitely a bombing run, guys, for sure. Unless we're firing mortars at them. Fortunately, the bombing run is not managing to get any kills. It might be. Let's see, we still have this boy here. Pretty much our only hope. Let me cancel that, because that damn tank right there is going to kill us. We've got pretty much things that can kill us everywhere, so I'm sending them right up the middle. There's no escaping it, really. Get as many of these boys up here so that we can have like a steady firing line against the Germans as possible. And we'll send the Bren carrier out as well. Again, not a huge deal with the Bren carrier, but he could help. He could certainly help a bit. He says, I didn't think this game ran on Windows 10. I was shocked myself, honestly. I was shocked. I was trying to get Gangsters Organized Crime for you guys so that I could, you know, not only play it on the channel, but also stream it here on Twitch. And unfortunately, I bought the game, I paid for it, and it only runs on it was like Windows. It wasn't Win95, but, you know, it's a much older version of Windows. And not unfortunately. Thankfully, this one does. Fire! Looks like the tank is reversing. Yeah, we need some reinforcements. Even more than we've already gotten. Vickers MG with this particular guy, and I think he's going to be able to lay down some pretty heavy fire as long as he's not pinned. Let's see if he does that. Hopefully he does. We don't want him moving, but I think he will automatically start firing here. Not gangsters, man. Gangsters Organized Crime. And there's actually, I should have looked closer because there's a disclaimer that actually says, I think it was Windows 8 and Windows 10, this game does not run on these systems. You see the real Punisher? Wow, Pac-Man still has the original CD. And see, that's what I was hoping for too. Of course, I'm here in Portugal, so I can't even look through the stuff at my parents' house in New York to see if I still have it. I doubt it. I was looking for Ultimate General Civil War, or excuse me, not Ultimate General. It was Civil War Generals 2. And I had the CD, I had the manual, I had everything. I was like really excited, man. I really wanted to get it. So I asked my dad, I was like, you know, I knew he was going through the storage facility. I'm like, listen, can you just like, keep your eyes out for this particular, you know, game and box? And he's like, oh, I threw that away. I was like, what? Didn't think I wanted it because it was like such an old game. But even now, like Civil War Generals 2 in the box is like $80, $90, you know. It's got some value there, man. Oh, look at this German trying to escape. What the hell? Okay, yeah, they're right there. Makes sense. tanker is still alive. And I think I want to keep him here, actually. It's not a bad idea. Let's take a look over here. Just want to make a little run through the current casualties on the field. Hell of a fight, man. This is a hell of a fight. This is it's actually one of the first scenarios available in the game. And there's pages and pages of scenarios in this game, guys. Like, we can make so much use out of this game on the YouTube channel, uploading stuff. There are, like, entire operations. There's, like, I think it's got to be, like, 30 or 40 different scenarios with a bunch of different units. And, of course, we can play Allies or Axis. You can play as the French, you can play as the Polish. It's so cool. I'm just like holding out hope for some reinforcements there. Yeah, Dak, man, I've tried to explain that to a lot of people, and it's a really good point that you make there, man. You know, a lot of people have told me, I've had friends that wanted to get into combat mission, and the moment I tell them the price, they're like, oh, there's no way I'm paying that. You know, why would they charge so much? And it's like, because, and, you know, I know this just from being an XPR manager at an actual game company. When you have games that are niche, your market is, like, much smaller. So instead of selling, like, you know, 1 million copies of a game, you're extremely lucky if you sell, like, 50,000 copies. Extremely lucky, okay? Because there's just not as many people interested, unfortunately, in strategy games. There just aren't. So you have to raise the price of the game because of that. And also considering the fact that these companies are smaller, it takes them a lot longer to develop, you know, basic coding, things like that. They don't have 100 coders working at once. They have, like, maybe one. So this is a lot of work for these guys. That being said, I do have issues with the combat mission company. I'm not 100% happy with them for a few reasons. I think their customer service is non-existent. It just doesn't exist. And I've had issues with the games where, once again, it goes back to that customer service issue. But the thing that annoys me the most, that I've kind of accepted, is the fact that Combat Mission is the only company I know, Battlefront specifically, that charges you for updates. Like, they actually charge you for game updates. Now, that's pushing it, man. Like, I can accept, like, an expensive price for a niche game. It's tough for me to accept the charging me for $10 for a game update. It's just kind of, yeah, it's kind of pushing it. Especially since I don't know how many updates there are going to be. You can see that some of our boys are still fighting up here. Mostly, of course, targeting enemy infantry, but look at that, man. We got a Vickers firing away. Ooh, I just got to take a look at that gentleman spy. I didn't see that one, but I would absolutely pick it up, man. I wasn't even aware of a lot of these close combat games, to be honest with you. Guys, what we're going to do here, there's no way we can win this one. I'm going to actually ask for a ceasefire. I doubt that's going to work. No. So we're going to go ahead and do a surrender. Try and save as many of my men as possible. Another thing I wanted to show you guys is the action report. I love the specifics here. That's just always something I've enjoyed, is seeing, like, wounded and killed. It looks like on our side we lost 46 killed in action, 76 captured, 76 surrendered after the end of the battle, of course. 2 mortars destroyed, 30 vehicles knocked out. We knocked out 34 enemy vehicles, 3 guns, and killed 34 Germans with 123 casualties. I like to think that we at least stalled their advance, and it's an Axis minor victory. So if we had gotten a few more kills there, we might have been able to push this into a draw. And obviously, if we played this battle again, we would be a lot more careful in the advance. But I was just so excited to get this game and to be able to play it again after so many years. Just fun. How's it going, Pix? Good to see you, man. Thank you, Dak. I'm going to show you guys here the scenarios so you guys get like sort of an idea of the scale here. Like, just look at this, man. The different units we can play with, even the different countries we can play with. There's a battle to liberate Paris, which is amazing. There's also battles playing as specifically the SS on the German side, which are just really, really neat. I'm just going to go down and show you guys all of these different battles, man. Really cool stuff. And we've also got operations over here. And these operations are, you know, massive operations that we can go ahead. Some have 6 battles, some have 9 battles, and some are like smaller operations with like 3 battles. We specifically have one here that I really want to play. It's in Villers-Bocage, but it's the Desert Rats. Of course, in Villers-Bocage, all the way from North Africa, from the North African campaign, to be able to fight here in Europe, and really looks like a cool operation. It's only 3 battles, so I might do this on the YouTube channel if we decide to. But just, you know, the scale here is really good. Of course, there's also a create scenario option. There is no way that I am going to be able to do this without your guys' help. But apparently we can pretty much like set up our own battle. So maybe we could, if I get good at this, we could actually set up specific World War II battles, and you guys could ask me to create them. That's going to be it, guys. I once again want to thank Bostova for donating the bits. That always helps. And of course, if you guys subscribe, that also really helps. For those of you that arrived late, I am sorry. I'm going to upload this to the YouTube channel. We played the entire battle. I think it's got to be at least an hour, something like that. And hopefully it'll come out all right. The only issue with these like older games that some people probably aren't going to like is we get like a cutoff on the actual, you know, video usually. There's usually like a black spot to the right. It's just the way it's recorded, unfortunately. There's no way to like increase the size of the visuals. This is as good as we can do. We got to keep in mind this is an old game, but still a really, really enjoyable one. Thank you again, guys. I really appreciate it, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Like I said before, we really are going to start doing a lot more Twitch, you know, as we move forward. And if you want, you know, it really also helps when you go on my YouTube channel. Doesn't matter where you leave the comment. You can leave it on any video. I will see it. Just tell me what you'd like to see on Twitch. You know, it's better if you do it on like the most recent video. That way people can like thumb you up if they agree. Because we really want to just basically do strategy games here. I was trying a lot of different stuff out. And I might still like in the future occasionally do a game that's kind of like not in the norm, as it were. But it seems to me that we get a lot more viewers when we play these strategy games, even at a late hour like right now. So I think we should keep it up. All right, boys. Take care. See you on the next one.